Hello, this is Mr. Chance. This is writing lesson number 1. This information comes from your Grammar for Writing book, starting on page 9. And here we go. This is very exciting. Oh, that didn't work. I clicked the wrong thing. Let's try that again. There we go. All right, outstanding. So what we're looking at in this lesson is pre-writing. And pre-writing is the first stage of the writing process. Pre-writing is the writing that I do before I do the writing that I have to do. I think that made sense. And there are 4 steps to pre-writing, and they're listed there on the whiteboard. I have to have a topic, or a range of topics, and then I have to choose a topic and make sure that the topic is not too big, or in some cases too small, depending on what I'm writing. And then I have to decide on my purpose and my audience, and then I collect and organize my details. After I've done those 4 things, I'm ready to actually begin writing, which is the rough draft, which would be the next step along the way. Okay, so at this point in time, if you will please pause the video and make sure that you copy the definition of pre-writing into the glossary section of your ELA notes. And then in the notes section, please write down these pre-writing steps. Okay, so I'm going to assume that you did that. That's wonderful. Outstanding. So that being the case, now that those have been written in your notes, I'm going to go ahead and delete them so that they're not cluttering up my whiteboard unnecessarily. All right, now let's look at each of the 4 pre-writing steps in a little more detail. All right, so first thing is before I can write, I have to know, well, before I can pre-write, I kind of have to know what my topic is. It's important, and there are basically 4 ways to come up with a topic, to generate a topic. The most common way in my experience as a student was the teacher told me what to write, and that wasn't always that thrilling. But it happens, right? Nothing we can do about it. It's part of education. It's not going anywhere anytime soon, I'm sure. Now, assuming that I'm not just being told right on this topic, and I don't have a choice, there's 3 ways that I can help come up with a topic. And so what I can do, or more precisely, figure out whether or not my topic is a good idea, as the case may be. Okay, so first thing I can do is I can think of something, anything, like I could think of, I don't know, lasagna, right? And then I would do what's called free writing. And for about 5 minutes, I would write down everything that I think I know about lasagna. And I'm not worried about complete sentences. I'm not worrying about spelling and capitalization or punctuation. None of that matters. I'm just trying to get everything in my brain under the category of lasagna out of my brain and onto the paper. That's the goal of free writing. Now, free writing might not be my thing. I might want to brainstorm. Brainstorming is sometimes fun because it involves a picture. Yes, it involves a picture. All right, so I'm going to navigate away from the whiteboard for just a moment so I can show you an example of what I'm talking about. And so what you should see on your screen right now is a pre-writing map for a descriptive paragraph. And we're eventually going to use these sorts of things in class. And so what I do is I put my topic in the middle, right? I put my topic right there. So whatever it is, lasagna. You know, since that was the example that I used, so yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Just so, right, lasagna. There we go. Boom! I wrote my topic there in the middle. Oh, sorry about that. I have extra boxes popping up. All right, I got lasagna. All right, and then I'm going to go around in no particular order, but whatever that I can think of for lasagna, right? Okay, and sometimes we have to get metaphorical about these things. I don't want to go into too much detail about descriptive writing, right? Lasagna doesn't really move. That would be a bad sign. But when you take it out of the oven, it's hot and bubbly. That's like movement. Anyways, okay. This is a brainstorm, right? And again, spelling doesn't matter. I'm not looking for complete sentences. I just want my ideas. Another nice thing about this one is it also helps with organization. Anyways, let's go back to the whiteboard. Boop. We're back to the whiteboard. All right. So I've generated a topic. Now I need to look at my topic and make sure that it's really going to work, right? If I'm given an assignment, a writing assignment, I've probably been given guidelines for how long the assignment should be, and so on and so forth. So I need to narrow my topic, or perhaps broaden my topic, right? Make the topic bigger, to make sure it fits, right? What I've been asked to do. And so if a topic is too big, I won't be able to cover it, right? I couldn't write, a paragraph about food in general, or even Italian food in general. I could write a book about Italian food, right? So you're going to narrow the topic. All right, excellent. And then we have to consider our purpose and audience. Purpose and audience. This is important because it affects how I write, what I write. Okay, so for my purpose, perhaps I'm just being descriptive, or I'm being persuasive. I just want to entertain or inform. This is going to influence the types of details that I will include. What do I want my readers to learn? If I want my readers to learn how to cook lasagna, then I need to be very specific about my instructions, right? And then why? Why do I want to share this topic? Do I only want to share this topic because the teacher told me I have to? Or is this something that I feel passionate about, right? That I want to share it because it's important, or because I love it, as the case may be, which importance and love, but lasagna fits both categories. So, and then who's my audience, right? Who's going to read what I write? Because that'll affect the type of language that I use. How much does my audience know about the topic? That'll affect the amount of detail that I provide. And then how can I help the audience connect with my topic? Maybe people perceive that my topic is boring or unimportant, and I want to convince them otherwise. I gotta keep that in mind when I do my writing. So that's the gist of purpose and audience. And then the last part of pre-writing is I've got to organize my details. Right now, if I free wrote or I brainstormed, oh, I forgot one, how embarrassing. Or if I couldn't think of anything, so I discussed it with other people and asked them what they thought I should write. Regardless, my details are probably not very well organized. So I got to get organized. And this last part, this is where graphic organizers really come in handy. And I'm going to show you another example of a graphic organizer that we will use in class. So I'm going to put the whiteboard away again. And I'm going to get back out my graphic organizer. And I'm going to go to page 2. All right, this pre-writing map, very different. Now this one's labeled expository paragraph, but it will work for other types of paragraphs as well, as the case may be. So I still got my topic, and now I've got main points and supporting details. And this helps me take my pre-writing so far that I've done and helps me start to put it in some sort of order for when I actually do my rough draft or my outline, depending on how the length of my topic and so on and so forth. But in any event, that's pre-writing in a nutshell. Make sure you've got the glossary and the notes in your notes, because those will be coming important. And that's it for now. Let's go ahead and start putting things away, and I'm going to end this meeting. See you later. Bye.